Welcome back to Ruler School. I'm your host, DMO73. Today's lesson, different phases in a game of Force of Will. There are 4 phases in the game of Force of Will: the draw phase, the recovery phase, the main phase, and the end phase. There's a secret phase hidden in the main phase known as the battle phase, but that's not really a phase all by itself, because the main phase and the battle phase can interchange with one another as many times as you want on your turn. We'll talk about battle in a different video, but for now, let's jump right in looking at the other 4 types. The draw phase occurs at the start of your turn. If you're the first turn player and this is the first turn, you'll actually skip your draw, but the draw phase still exists. At the start of the draw phase, the turn player gets an option to play any kind of effects before they actually draw their card. If they choose not to, their opponent also gets a chance to play effects. If neither player chooses to play an effect, or an effect is already done and resolved, then the turn player draws their card. During the recovery phase, any card that was rested or turned sideways in order to attack, generate will, or pay for an ability is then recovered or turned right side up. Before we jump into the main phase, it's important to note what kind of actions can be taken when a player has priority during any time, including the main phase. The player with priority can perform any of the following actions: play a spell chant instant card from their hand, play an activate ability from a card they control, play a spell chant standby card in their spell chant zone if the trigger is met, or you can pass. The following actions can be done by the player whose turn it is during their main phase, as long as there is nothing in the chase, which we'll talk about in a bit. They can play a resonator, an addition, or a spell chant card. They can initiate a battle. They can perform a J-activate or a judgment. They can put a spell chant standby card into their spell chant area, and they can call a magic stone using their ruler. After the turn player has decided to end their main phase and move on to their end phase, a specific number of things will happen. First, any at the beginning of the end phase effects will trigger. There's a round for both players to be able to play cards when they have priority that can be played when they have priority, as mentioned before. Then, any at the end of the turn effects trigger and resolve. At the very end of the end phase, all of these things happen in this very precise order. All damage on resonators or J-rollers returns to 0. All of the continuous effects that were in play until the end of the turn get turned off. All produced will that is still left over and unspent ceases to exist. If the turn player has more cards in their hand than the maximum card limit of 7, they have to choose and discard cards down to the number 7. Finally, the player who is not turn player then becomes turn player. We go back to the beginning with the draw phase. So there you have it. That's a standard turn of phases in Force of Will. And that's it for this episode of Ruler School. Feel free to click on this video to be taken to the next episode, or let the playlist autoplay in order to go to the next episode automatically. Please like, comment, and subscribe to keep yourself updated on all the content I put on this channel, as well as any potential future episodes of Ruler School. As always, this is DMO73. Class dismissed.